everybody, welcome to Country Girl with Kathy Jarvis, and it is May already. So today I'm going to just kind of give you a little garden tour of what we've got going on in the gardens. So let's get started. The potatoes are doing great. We got the sweet potatoes in. I really need to work on this part of the garden yet. I haven't had a chance to do that. I need to trim up this little tree. It's got a lot of dead branches on it. I need to trim that up. Need to check out the grapes and weed around them. Still have not got the canes out of from last year out of the blackberries, but they're blooming so well right now I don't want to disturb them. Strawberries are doing all right. This is a year-old bed, so it's got a little bit more. We've had so much rain and stuff that a lot of them are just rotting before they're ripening, which isn't good. I need to get in here and get the straw down, and I need to buy some more plants for next year to fill in that area where the gopher or the mow or whatever you want to call it got into them. You hear that little sound? That is my sonic mow reflector or whatever you want to call it. Keeps me out of it, and it does work. So that's that bed. This strawberry bed is doing a little bit better. It's got the ground cover on it, so it's keeping the berries above the ground. But I need to get in here and finish weeding it. I weeded most of it. And again, I need to buy some more strawberries to fill in this area here. So that's one thing on my list to get is some more strawberries. Over here, the okra is just starting to come up. I have 3 rows of it. And then this is bush cucumbers. I've never tried bush cucumbers before, so this is a new one on me. Usually I get the vine ones that climb up, so we'll see how this does. I planted half the bed 2 weeks ago, and I planted the other half this week. Now the broccoli and the cauliflower are doing wonderful. They're underneath this netting, which is keeping the insects off of them. So hopefully we'll soon have broccoli heads and cauliflower. Now we don't eat a lot of cauliflower, so this should be fine. And we don't eat a lot of broccoli, so what I got here is a small little patch, but it should be enough for us. The asparagus is beautiful. This is, oh gosh, I'd say at least a 5-year-old bed. But I didn't harvest anything out of it this year because we added all this soil on top of it. I didn't even know if they were going to come back, but they've come back really nicely. And so hopefully next year we'll be able to actually have some asparagus to eat. The pear, these are yellow pear tomatoes in front of them. The reason I do yellow pear and not the red is because this plant is a female plant. You can see the little seed pods already forming. And they produce a red berry, which is poisonous. So I don't want to have to. I made a mistake a couple years ago of putting cherry tomatoes in here, and I had to follow each tomato branch up to make sure it was a tomato and not one of these poison berries. So I'm decided I was going to put nothing but yellow tomatoes in here, therefore I won't have to worry about what I'm picking. Over here I have borage growing. I transplanted that, and I've got zucchinis. I'm going to try to do the vertical zucchinis this year. These are regular zucchinis on this side. I planted lemon balm seeds here, but I haven't seen them. I've got a lot of junk coming up. I don't know if they're lemon balms. I'm going to have to wait and see what leaves develop from these beginning leaves. And now this is a golden zucchini that is actually meant to grow upright. That's the way it's bred to be. So this is a hybrid. Those over there are not. So, and this one here, I planted the same seed, but it hasn't come up or something's dug it up. So I may have to replant this one. Now here, I haven't done anything yet. I'm going to put the trellis in. Lima beans are going there. Po beans are going here. And a but cantaloupe is going onto the trellis. But it's a little early for those outside yet. And the irises are doing beautifully. A week ago, all of them were blooming. Now we just got the last of them blooming. Inside the high greenhouse, everything is planted. I got a blueberry there. And then in the garden, first bed here, I've got straight 8 cucumbers. There's also peas, little marble peas there, but they've been in the ground for a long time, have not germinated. They were about 2 years old seeds, so I'm not for sure about those. And then I have a row of parsnips here. Again, they've been in the ground for a long time, have not germinated. I've planted them twice, still have not seen any. But I'm thinking that's due to a lack of water because I didn't have the irrigation system in at the time. And then I got a row of German giant radishes, a row of red velvet lettuce, and then 2 rows of onions here. Another blueberry plant, not doing too well. These are transplanted from out in the garden last year. We brought them in here for the winter. And then I got sweet corn in here. Candy corn is what it's called. Again, I'm not for sure about this. It's a couple years old seeds, so we're going to hope. If not, we'll replant it. It's still early for the sweet corn. And then over here, I have yellow brandywine tomatoes. And in the center, I have bush beans. Early contenders. Now these were from seeds I saved myself. Okay, I got onions, leeks. 1, 2, 3, 4 jalapenos, 2 hot sauces. One is an unknown. I think it's I know it's a hot pepper, a mild hot pepper, but I'm not for sure if it's jalapeno or if it's another one. And then I got the 42-day tomatoes around the edge. Popcorns here, Purdue popcorns here. Lacy housewife po beans are planted there. So this greenhouse is completely planted. We're just waiting for it to the plants to germinate. And now on to the next. Oh, I've got some plants up here, the flowers that get transplanted out into the area once I get it. And some basil I need to transplant. I haven't got around to doing that yet. Okay, out here, got another blueberry plant that is not doing too well. Again, they were not doing well in the beds that I had them in, so I thought, well, I'll bring them in here, the greenhouse. They ever wintered in the greenhouse, and only one of them has really perked up. Potatoes, more potatoes. I got carrots in these first 4 buckets, nothing in the top buckets yet. And then over here we've got some peaches forming on the tree, so that's nice. Hopefully they'll not get the brown rot this year. I only sprayed them once. I have not gotten around to spraying them again because of the wet weather. It's just been really, really wet. We've had thunderstorms almost constantly this whole week. Now, in the low greenhouse, it's completely planted also. We've got banana peppers along here, California red peppers there, and both of these are heirloom, so I can save the seeds. they need to be 10 foot apart, so I'll be saving seeds from the ones on the very end. And then I transplanted some celery and some kale. I also seeded more kale. I seeded dwarf blue, and I seeded dinosaur. I seeded the Swiss chard. This is my Brussels sprouts. And then I put in a row of cherry bell radishes in front of the peas. And then our strawberries, some of them are coming back, some of them aren't. So I'm going to have to work on this next year, see if I can get more of them to work better. Over here, the lettuce is doing wonderfully. Spinach, not so well. I did put white Russia kale up in here since the spinach wasn't doing well. I did sow those yesterday. Here is the Roma tomatoes, the San Mazzanos. And then I got my peas, which we will soon be harvesting. You can see they're starting to fill out. You can see the little peas inside there. Now when these peas get through, I will leave them. I'll leave the last ones, and I'll get seeds off of these. And then I will come back and I will put cucumbers on this trellis. And here we have the turnips and the beets. And as you can see, the turnips are ready to be harvested. And the beets are just about there. And I have another thing of potatoes here. So that's what's going on in this greenhouse. We're just waiting for those seeds I just planted yesterday to germinate, and this one will be filled. Now, I haven't really done anything into the herb house. We just got the things that were coming back from last year in here. And as you can see, the cats have been in the catnip something terrible. They love it. And it's grown so much that it's actually putting my mint. It's giving my mint very little room to grow. And then the sage is blooming. Now, I learned something that I did not know before. These little sage plants, it doesn't matter if they bloom or not. It doesn't take away from the sage flavoring of the leaves. And these flowers are edible. You can eat them. I did not know that. So the rosemary's doing fine. I need to trim out some of the dead part from last winter. Haven't done anything to this corner yet. This is going to be where I'm going to be planting some of those transplanting some of those other herbs in here. So, but the irrigation system's working in here. And I don't have anything planted into the trellis area or the melon patch yet. Waiting until next week. We have one night of 47 degree weather coming up this weekend, so I'm holding off on that. The bee garden is doing really well. The irises have been blooming up a storm. You can see the daisies are getting really tall, coming up nicely. The phlox is doing well, and the hollyhocks are coming back. So everything is established in here. It's a perennial garden. I don't have to do anything with it. Oh, just noticed my little rose bush is blooming. That's a miniature rose bush. I thought it was dead. It's coming back, so that's nice. But all this is a perennial garden, so I don't have to do anything with that. This area here I need to clean out. It's supposed to be pre-annual also, but I put the glads in there, and some of them are come back, but not as many as I would have liked. So I might have to put another I had another miniature rose here, and it didn't come back. Now this is the area I was talking about that I needed to till up. This is where I want to put the regular annual flowers that you just cut and so I can use for in the house and stuff. This is where I had potatoes at a couple of years ago. But the thing with it is that when the soil dries out here, it dries out and it gets like rock. So I couldn't really harvest the potatoes. So I'm just going to turn it into a flower bed. And then this is where I'm going to put the cantaloupe at this year. And I've got strawberries here. I have not got around to transplanting yet. So as soon as they get through with their harvesting and stuff, these were never really good. There's too damp in this area and they rot. So I'm hoping that once I transplant them into the raised bed that they will do better. I'm hoping that I have enough here to transplant without any problems. Here is where I'm going to put the compost bin. I'm going to have to dig out a foundation for it, pop those into the ground, and then I want to make a 3-bin out of all those cement blocks that you see over there. I got to carry them all the way over here and do that. And then here I still have to clean this out, put the trellis up, and put the lima beans in here, clean that up, and put the green beans in there. So that is what the garden is looking like in the first week of May. Flowers are doing fine around the house. The irises are almost all finished blooming now. The trees have all finished with their blooms and are setting their fruit. And it's really beautiful out here right now. So hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, help me out, subscribe to it, like it, and remember, dream big, follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.